In today's video, I will be showing you how you can install Apple CarPlay in your outdated Mercedes-Benz between the years 2009 and 2016. So as you can see, this is the original interface on my 2010 E350 Mercedes, and here's the Apple CarPlay we will be installing today. Now before I start, I want to give a special thanks to S550E. He is a member on mbworld.org forums, and he actually wrote up a whole tutorial on how to install it. I'll put a link to his post in the description below. Make sure you go check it out. So the very first thing you need to do is determine what kind of NTG head unit you have. So if you actually go on the purchase link I have in the description from AliExpress, you'll notice there's three options. We have NTG 4, 4.5 and 5.0. So these are the three models they offer, and you need to make sure you have the appropriate one. Alright, so this is the package that came in the mail. Cost me 350 Canadian. Shipping time was around, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, not that bad. So opening up the package, you notice the first thing is the main unit itself. It's this shiny silver box. I was actually quite surprised of the quality. Everything was very well packed and displayed. Alright, moving on to the instructions that came with the box itself. This is our antenna. This is the main harness. Don't let it intimidate you. It's quite straightforward and it's plug and play. Nothing too crazy. It's just gonna connect to the original harness. This is the mic if you want to use Siri. And last but not least, this is some sort of module. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but it is definitely important. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here's the things you're gonna need. A towel of some sort, T10 torx, preferably electrical tape, and then some interior prying tools. So the first step is to actually adjust the climate control. You're gonna make sure it's at the very lowest setting, near the footwell, and that's just because we're gonna be taking off vents and everything. Next, you want to open up the glove box and find these two metal tabs. Pull down on them. I just used this tool, made it quite easy. You can use a flathead as well. Next, you want to take off the center trim. I just use a prying tool. It just pops right off. You just gotta kind of pull on it a little bit and then undo the harness right there. You also want to pop off the trim here. Next, you want to take off the footwell trim underneath the glove box. There's some T10 screws. Quite easy to find. Once those are off, you can pry it down, pull off the harness that's holding the light itself, and then it should just come out. Finally, we can get to the glove box. There's two T10 torx screws again. Easy to get to. And you open the glove box, and then there's three more. Now you got to be careful with the first one that was taken off because there's a suede cover on top of it hiding the screw itself. Okay, so as you can see, I've done this to mine. This is how it looks, and again, it wasn't too hard. Just got to get underneath there. Make sure you pull these harnesses off. You don't have to completely disconnect it. It's okay if it just hangs. So now what you want to do is get to these two T10 torx screws holding the radio unit itself, and then disconnect this white harness so you can pull out that whole unit completely. Make sure you put the towel we mentioned right underneath so that it does not damage any of the trim, and keep in mind it's also quite heavy, so this wasn't a good idea doing just with one hand. Okay, so what you want to do is rotate the unit itself 90 degrees. Pull off this wire. As you can see, you want to take your box, the mini one, and then just plug it in. Now where we pulled off the original harness, you want to plug in this new harness attached to the small box. Like so. Now I forgot to film installing the main harness, but it's quite straightforward. You just take the original harness that's coming out of the radio, attach it to the new one, and then back to the radio. Make sure all these wires are being routed behind the radio to the right side, the passenger side. Here, as you can see, I'm just screwing on the antenna to the bigger silver box, and then there is an adhesive backing on the antenna itself, and you just want to basically secure it somewhere where it won't like come off. Before you put everything back together, make sure you test the unit. So what you want to do is go to the interface and put it in aux mode, as you can see right there. And then what you want to do is press the hang up phone button on the left side. Just hold that, and there you go. Now what you got to do is go into Bluetooth, connect your phone, and as soon as you connect your phone, you should be able to go back into the interface and click on CarPlay, and this is what should show up. Now, in order for you to actually make calls through Apple Play, make sure your phone is also connected to the original interface using Bluetooth, and that way you're good to go. Basically, you can go ahead and start using any of the apps that are listed. Everything works flawless, no lag whatsoever, and I think this is one of the best mods out there for your used Mercedes-Benz. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to write any questions you may have in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.